Hi everybody, this is Boogess Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on McFarlane Toys Gold Label GameStop exclusive autographed Monolith Megafig. So before we take a look at Monolith, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, you get your standard Spawn base. We've seen this used many times before, but Monolith stands perfectly on his own. And finally, you get the autographed lithograph of Monolith holding Spawn there. That looks really good. Todd McFarlane's signature is done in silver. I think there was also a chance to get a gold autograph too. This looks very nice, but mine ended up having a crease here on the corner, so that does suck a little bit. It's a little noticeable, but yeah, that does bother me. I bought this version specifically for the autograph print here. I'm still going to frame it, but this crease here at the bottom is definitely going to bother me. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Monolith's head sculpt. McFarlane Toys did an incredible job on this head sculpt. It looks very nice. It really looks just like the art on that lithograph. I think this captures Todd McFarlane's art very well. He has an incredible black wash over top of his face, and that brings the details out very, very nicely. Especially there around the eyes. That looks amazing. I do wish the rest of his body would have had that. I think that would have made the details really pop. But I am very happy that he at least has it on his head because that looks incredible. His body has some very nice texturing to it, and if you look, it actually does have a very slight collar variation to it. It's like a lighter red collar over top of that base collar. So he actually does have a slight color variation to him, but it's very subtle. His arches are sculpted very nicely. He has these really massive skulls on his shoulders, and they have some really nice paint detail to them. That black wash looks really good. I do kind of wish this eye hole would have been filled in. This one is almost completely black, and this has hardly any in it. And these two look pretty much the same. But yeah, that looks really, really nice. Even the rope holding it on is painted very nicely. That looks really good. You get his belt. It's done in gunmetal with some green there in the center and some touches of gold. He has really cool chains back here. Would have been nice if these were real chains, but that's a minor gripe. The spikes on his arm are actually very sharp, especially his claws. I was really surprised at how sharp these actually are. They're pretty sharp, especially when you're trying to move the figure around. You can see the little mark it made there in my skin. So yeah, definitely be careful when you're moving this around because they're pointier than I thought they'd be. I do wish they would have painted his fingernails on. You can see he has some really good sculpt detail to his fingernails. You can see the lines running down it. But yeah, they're not painted on. His toenails are painted on, so it would have been really nice to have those fingernails painted on. On his left thigh, you get some massive Liefeld-like pouches. You get some really cool texturing to his thighs right here. You can see the veins sticking out. That looks really good. And even down here on his shin armor, I guess you'd call it, it is sculpted really nicely. The right side has this yellowish color, and it has this gray wash over top of it. And this is done in gunmetal and has a silver wash over top of it. So that looks really good. I was very surprised at the amount of paint on this figure. It's done really well. It would have been nice if he would have had a wash over top of his skin, but still, he's a really awesome looking figure. And then, as I said, he has the black toenails there. So now, let's go ahead and go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can't look back very far. He can look down all the way, and he can move his head side to side. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can actually move out all the way. The skulls do move out just a little bit, so you can actually get him moving all the way. He doesn't have butterfly joints, but you can kind of move the joints like that. He has single-jointed elbows that can only bend in that far. His massive biceps and the spikes hit right there. He has swivel thrift that can move side to side and up and down very nicely. He has a ball-jointed waist that can move back all the way, move forward just a little bit, move side to side, and all the way around. He has hips that can do a complete split. On the left side, his articulation is hindered because of those pouches, so he can only kick forward that far on that side. And on the right side, he can kick forward all the way and back all the way. He has a very nice thigh swivel on both sides. That's some nice thigh swivel there. He has single jointed knees that can bend back that far, and swivel ankles that can move down all the way, up all the way. It is kind of a crunchy joint though, so it's a little hard to get it to move there. But it can move up all the way, and he has toe articulation that can move up all the way. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to Spawn and She-Spawn. Here he is next to Haunt and Gunslinger Spawn. Here he is next to Plague Spawn and my custom Nightmare Spawn. Here he is next to Bloody Violator. This was the last autographed Todd McFarlane Spawn figure. Here he is next to Overkill. And finally, there he is next to Cygor. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up because McFarlane Toys did an outstanding job on this. It is a very well done figure. He has some incredible sculpt detail and he has some very nice paint detail too. If possible, I would definitely get the autographed version, but if you can't get that one, then definitely get the regular version of this because it is incredible. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.